friends, my name is Erin and this is Daily Elevations. We may have started something yesterday with my dog being in the shot. She wanted to be up there today, so we'll see how she does. My question for you today is, how has your sleep been through all of this? I'll tell you, mine's been pretty erratic. And with a little bit of, talking to other folks who, have an evening that they go till 3:30 in the morning, catching up on their Netflix, or, just sleeping in all the livelong day, I realized that I might not be alone in this whole sleep thing. And we know the benefits of sleep. The benefits of sleep are that we're able to process things better with our brain. We're able to remember things better. They actually think that having good sleep is one of the best ways to protect yourself from things like Alzheimer's in the future. The benefits of sleep are actually like weight loss when we're not holding on to the cortisol levels. Just not sleeping carries an incredible level of stress on the physical body that it has to go into patterns to respond to. So our well-being is centered around sleep as a focus. And apparently there's this new research that shows that there are some genetic mutations of some lucky people that only need 5 hours of sleep, but for the rest of us, which is the majority of us, we should be getting at least 7 hours. So a couple things that I would offer you about sleep hygiene is that we got to create it. We got to figure out what works for us. But there's a way that sleep and the restoration that comes with sleep really can create a better kind of sense of spirit and well-being. And that's what I like to cultivate into the practice of getting myself to sleep. And so what are those most feel-good, luxurious kind of experiences where we can feel like deep self-care? Not that I have to go to sleep, but I get to go to sleep. I get to cozy myself in my favorite blanket. I get to read my favorite books. I get to put my favorite smells around me. I get to drink my favorite hot tea and just feel that nourishment go down in my body. I get to, if you shower or bath beforehand and put your favorite oils on. But how can your sleep hygiene habits be the most exciting part of your day and something that fills you up and makes you feel so deeply loved by you? So self-love is something that I have spent a lot of time studying and mastering in my own life and also helping clients work towards. And one thing I can promise you is that it does not come from that place of should and have to. Self-love doesn't start there. Self-love isn't something that you should be doing. When you genuinely connect with the feeling of love for somebody, there's that feeling of, I would do anything for them. Right? Have you guys been in love before? And it's just whatever they're doing, you can just delight in that doing of it. So when we come to building these practices to take care of ourselves that we know are serving ourselves, my invitation to you is to connect with that feeling of self-love within you first and develop your whole plan of what's going to help me get to bed so I can be taking care of my brain and taking care of my body as best as I possibly can, because I love myself so freaking much. I know. Sometimes in those moments it's I don't care about me. I got to see what happens on this Netflix show. But the invitation is to build some excitement and some care and love around what you do. And all those things that I mentioned, and I'll name them out some more, are some of the best things that you can do for really good sleep. One is dim your lights. There's like nightshade that we can do on our phones so that we're not getting that blue light that is very stimulating to our brain. We're actually designed to naturally know to go to bed at night, but with all of the electricity that we're running all the time, our circadian rhythms often get really messed up there. So just doing your best to kind of bring the lights down, turn your computer off. I know sometimes that might be hard. Turn the TV off at a certain time, but get those lights low. Some things, I drink magnesium calm is one of my go-tos when I'm having a hard time settling. It's very grounding, kind of just brings me in. And sometimes if we look at the Ayurvedic tradition, you can look at the Ayurveda tradition of like, what can you be eating or drinking or whatever to help yourself kind of settle out of Vata states. Vata is that kind of heightened, fearful, I can stay up all night with creative energy kind of thing. So any Vata grounding experiences. But I love getting Vata oils from Ayurvedic kind of companies and putting those oils on my feet and hands before bed can be really yummy and nurturing and often smell really good. And then so drinking those things, drinking that chamomile tea or whatever your tea, just honey and lemon, just something warm and soothing, a glass of warm milk. And also if you're not lactose intolerant or have any dairy allergies, like those kinds of things are just soothing, grounding, warming. That's what we kind of usually desire, to feel that sense of safety, to cuddle into bed and be able to settle and not feel like we need to take care of, shelter things. If we're cold, we're going to be like, my shelter's not here. I can't sleep. I can't settle. So getting those warming things deep inside, getting those cozy blankets, and then having some sort of ritual, like where every night you have that time that it's lights off. You have that book that you pick up, or maybe a little restorative yoga practice to do. And one of my go-tos is listening to Yoga Nidra recordings. So Nidra is spelled Nidra. And actually starting this week on Thursdays, I'll be offering a 9:15 p.m. Thursday evenings of a guided meditation called Yoga Nidra that is very relaxing to the body. And that can be a beautiful 45-minute practice just before. It can be a 20-minute practice. It can be whatever length the recording is. But just that time to help your body, mind, and spirit settle down and in to a place ready for sleep. And then this is a funny, quirky little one. But if you close your right nostril, then you may also experience this natural turning inward. So we have the Ida and Pingala nadis that kind of end. Those are energetic channels that run up and along our spine, kind of crisscrossing here and there. But they, the Ida nadi is really about turning inward. And that's the one that we want to be open when we are going to sleep. The Pingala is all about outward engagement and activity, which is the one that is on the right side. So if we close that and just start breathing through our left nostril only, sometimes that can just wake up that Ida nadi, and we can start to naturally feel that turning inward and that settling down and the ability to go to sleep. So those are my best tips for sleep hygiene. Love yourself, take good care of yourself. Sometimes those basic things, they might seem like they're no big deal, but they're kind of the biggest deal. So thank you so much for listening. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and check out Yoga Nidra Thursday nights. Take care.